Hello, you guys. This is one of my favorite subjects today, how to reparent our inner child. Watch this video. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new, please click the little subscribe button and the bell so you get notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. I quickly just want to mention some really special names that happen to be part of my YouTube membership, which you can also join on the join button right there if you like to get your name mentioned as well. So today I want to mention Mitch Bryce, Luce Hatat, let me know if that's right or wrong, Anna Kurgan, Carrie Lee Wilhelms, Krista Kellner, Christina Robbins, Anya P, Maliki Piper, cute name, Aisha O'Connor, Trina Yvette, Demi MUA with ADHD survival, Odette Daniel, Megan Marek, Emily, Bethany, Christian Ambler, almost there, guys. Jacqueline Parker, Denise P, Kristen Valdemarstior. I definitely messed that one up, so you can please email me with the proper pronunciation. Helena Lundstrom and Sue Thelen. Let me just say thank you so much for being a member. And let's dive right in to really understanding these negative emotions, dissecting it, breaking it down. You know, many people who watch my videos find that they're highly sensitive or maybe have some codependency or an unhealed empath, we like to say. And really what this means when we have emotional triggers or big overwhelming emotions sometimes is that we've never properly A, been taught how to process, or B, even that it's okay to have them. So we run from our emotion. When we run from our emotion, what's it look like? We form a coping mechanism so that we don't have to feel these negative feelings, right? An example of why this happens is we had a parent or parents who were not tolerant of our negative emotion, obviously for their own reasons. But when that happens, when we're told we're bad or shamed for having a negative feeling, first of all, why are we having negative emotion? Because we're having a feeling that doesn't feel good. We're trying to express ourselves without words when we're young, right? And if you're highly sensitive, there's an extreme emotion that you're feeling that you don't have words for that can be very confusing and stressful and frustrating. So you act it out. And when you do that and your parent doesn't like it, because it's kind of conditional, right? We like you when you're good, but we don't understand you when you're doing that. So please don't do that. And by the way, there's something wrong with you when you do that. What happens when we get that message of shame, right? And by the way, a lot of parents do this without knowing it. It's not like they mean to shame you, but by telling you that your negative emotion is not understood, is not acceptable, and is wrong, we start believing that there is something wrong with us. So what we do is we start identifying with our emotion. And I want you to really take that part in because that will follow you forever until you heal it, until you get real about how you feel so you can heal. So what happens is when we're children and we have negative emotion and we're told that we're wrong or bad for how we're acting, but we take it as how we're feeling, right? Because when you're kids, before the age of 8, your emotional imprint is, I am my emotion. You haven't become autonomous yet from your own emotional experience. So I am my emotion. So if I have a lot of negative emotion, I must be negative. If I feel bad all the time, I must be bad. If I feel like I'm doing something wrong, I must be wrong. Take that in. That is what the inner child holds on to until we consciously upgrade, right? So if that's your childhood experience, you learn to deny what you feel so that you get accepted and loved. And when it still doesn't work, you try to be perfect. You try harder. You try to not feel more. In fact, one of the coping mechanisms I used to deal with is I decided, well, if I can be better, perfectionism, I won't have that feeling, right? If I'm perfect, I won't feel bad. The reason I feel bad is because I'm not enough. I'm not perfect yet. So as kids, many of us think if I can achieve more or please more or be better, more, and perfect, then I won't have these negative feelings. Wrong. Because when we're being perfect or better than what we are, right, trying to always be different, we are subconsciously telling ourselves that we're not enough authentically, which was the original message. So what to do about it when we constantly keep running from our emotion, which is telling our inner child, I don't like you, I want you to be different, I can't handle you, you're bad, I'm going to ignore you and run from you now, right? So we start parenting our inner child the way we were parented. So what is the answer? Reparenting. We have to reparent our emotion. What does that look like? First, realizing I am not my emotion. When you get super overwhelmed and you don't know how to get out of it, what I want you to do is take a breath, pause, take a step back. Literally take yourself out of the moment and be really present when you're about to go into an emotional pain body cycle, right? A trigger cycle. Pause. Right when you start to get super triggered, pause. Become present, which means you become conscious. When you bring new consciousness into an old pattern, the old pattern must transform, right? You are becoming the change. So you pause, you step outside of it. You allow your emotion to be your emotion, but you watch it. You watch it have the tantrum, right? You become unconditional with your inner child the way you were not treated as a child. You were very conditionally conditioned. I am going to show you how to be unconditional with your inner child. So you allow your inner child to act it all out, and then you get to be the parent you never had but you wish you had. And that means you get to watch the spiral, not take it personally, allow it, not need it to be any different, not tell your emotion that it's wrong or should be over it by now or should know how to figure it out by now, but just allowing it to be where it is, what it is, how it is, and be it. And as you allow it to be it and spiral out of control or whatever that emotion does for a few minutes, you will notice you're okay. You will notice you didn't attach to the meaning. You notice you can see and hear what's going on, but that doesn't have anything to do with who you truly are or your identity. As we work with each negative emotion, we start to realize who we are because we allow ourselves to be what we are and not need it to be any different and not need it to be wrong. We stop leaving our authenticity for some ideal version of ourselves, ideal versus real. We stop needing to be perfect or needing to have it all together, and we start to just accept what is. And when you start to accept what is without needing to be different, you start to understand who you are. See, most of our fear about our emotions and why we push them away is we're afraid of what our identity really is. That fear of identity, that fear of not being enough, that fear of that original wound of something's wrong with me because I have negative emotion being true. It's never true. Because who you truly are is not what you feel. Take that in. As we reparent our emotion, our negative emotion, we start to really understand who we truly are from a place of unconditional love. And when you can unconditionally love everything that you feel, guess what happens? You realize you are love. Take that in. Guys, excuse me, just to let you know, Emotional Rehab will be opening for the third time this year. I only do this course 4 times a year. So the third time will be opening on June 1st for enrollment. The class starts July 1st, but we need to enroll in the beginning because it gets full. So it starts in, I think, a little more than a week, June 1st, and I hope to see so many of you there. I do live calls every single week when you're in that course, and you get to do those calls all year. That's how cool it is. Because of COVID, I'm giving you that extra dose because we all need support. We all need community. Also, inner work group coaching is full for my Thursday night class, but my Friday morning class is now open at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 5 people or less to discuss codependency, healing, and narcissistic abuse. So if you're interested in that, please click below. Also, there's a whole bunch of other cool things, so check that out. Free ebooks and whatnot. Check it out. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please share, and I will see you soon.